Coming to you straight from the Rio Grande and beyond. Broadcasting to the four corners of the globe. So grab your seat, your coffee, or your sundowner.
Okay, everybody, here we go.
On point, as always. This is Gloves Off. Gloves Off.
Back at you, Gloves Off. Our great guest, and she's a candidate for Webb County
Constable
Precinct 4. It's Tina Guerra. For you guys to know, it's Christina, but Tina. Remember, out there, is it going to be Tina or Christina?
On the ballot, it's going to be number 1 on the ballot for Constable Precinct 4, and it's under Tina Guerra.
Cool. Well, tell me, what's going on? I see you energetic, walking with everything else, a campaign trail. What's going on?
The campaign trail is going really great. I've been sticking to a grassroots, progress, a plan, and I've been out there. I've had several meet and greets, connecting with the community, looking at them eye to eye. Everybody tells me, well, I haven't seen so many of your signs out, and I said, because I am my own sign. I'm here. I'm here to talk to you, to look at you eye to eye, to hear what your concerns are, hear what your issues are, and let's talk about it. Let's talk to each other and see how we can make Precinct 4 better.
Absolutely. And when you're out there, what's the main concern that people have in that area?
Well, Precinct 4 is a large area, and you have to understand that, what's happening out on 83 North is not always what's happening in the city limits. San Isidro differs from Mines Road area. Mines Road area differs from the Del Mar area. And of course, what's happening on Del Mar is not what's happening on Loop 20.
Absolutely.
So I'm hearing a lot of things. Of course, they're concerned about, speeding. They're concerned about, drag racing issues, things of that nature. So, more enforcement and helping on speeding issues, keeping the community safe. Of course, along the rural area, the outside area, it's more property damage to fence lines. That's very dangerous if cattle happens to get out onto the highway. So that's an issue. Of course, on 83 North, it's also the heavy commercial traffic. The speed limit is at 65 on 83 North. There's hills, curves that, are affecting the visual for motorists and commercial trailers. So there's a lot of things, it's a mix, it's a mix of a lot of things, and I'm glad that I'm able to hear that. Definitely we talk about also student safety, so it's a wide range of issues, and I'm happy that on this campaign trail I've been able to connect with educators, administrators, business owners, moms, dads of all, that have kids in elementary to high school level, and talking about programs that we want to bring to them. How can we involve the youth more? So that's great. It's been going really, really good.
Absolutely. The traffic is something that's been almost now weekly somebody's perished on Loop 20, and it's been like that for a couple of months now, and it's gotten to the point that it's not the speed limit, it's a design of what it was. It's an engineering fault in my book, and when you look at stuff like that, so I think we have to ask the state, we have to lower the speed limits here, because it's not made for that. It was made, but it changed the design as progression went in, so now we have to change the speed limit, because you sometimes you're going 65 and automatically hit a stop sign or a traffic light or what have you, and people are coming out of the traffic light or a light or a stop onto 65 miles an hour, and there's no there's no yielding spot where you can pick up the speed to go under, like an off-ramp kind of thing. And it's a bad design, unfortunately.
Well, you know, you've been in San Antonio. There's Loop 1604. The speed limit is just the same, but with the increase of traffic, you know, motorists just have to be more aware that it's not a straight shot of, you know, 65 miles an hour. You know, there is congestion, traffic congestion. So motorists also have to be more mindful of that, be more vigilant. People see 65 miles an hour and they say, oh, it's a free for all.
But it's the Autobahn.
But yeah, so we just have to work together. Law enforcement, the constable's office just has to work more closely with TxDOT, you know, with other agencies on bringing awareness and reminding the community of the speed limit, but also to be very mindful of the potential dangers. So yeah, so that's something that when you know, hopefully when I'm in office, that's what we're going to do.
You know, one of the largest streets in the U.S. is Beltline Road in Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex.
Yeah.
It's at one time it was 91 point something miles. It's one of the longest. It was one of the longest roads at one particular time. I don't know what it is now, but when I lived there, that's what it was. And it was made as a loop at one time. It was farm roads into part highways into inner streets and so on and so forth that went through the whole thing. You saw a lot of different speed limits there. Mm-hmm. And now I think the studies were always happening, why it's going on in certain areas. At that time 65 was you know,
yeah.
you were speeding, it was 55 miles an hour at that time. And so 55 miles an hour going into a 30 mile an hour zone. There are a lot of accidents at one time in the Grand Prairie area, in the Irving area when you first came in, you know. So they started changing them back, and they changed it. It's something that we have to do it. It's something that everybody has to do it. And there you had a lot of different municipalities together doing a lot of different things together.
Yeah.
You had Irving municipality that did, you know, and you had the Grand Prairie municipality and so on and so forth. And sometimes they didn't add up, but that's where the commissioners came into play. And the Dallas commissioners did a wonderful job, and they kind of secured that, and it became safe. It was a safe way. And I think that's what we need to, because now we're getting another loop, which is further down.
Yeah,
as you know, which is going to be.
Do you remember when Precinct 4 just ended at McPherson and Del Mar? And when the loop came into play, it was 2-lane highway. It was 2-lane. That was it. And we thought it was like, oh wow, that you know. But look at how it's developed. You know,
The progression.
the city of Laredo is growing, and we're expanding. So there's definitely more traffic. So yeah, once you know, the constable's office is going to work closely with other state agencies and make sure that we educate and we get that message out there for the safety of the drivers. That's definitely going to be a main concern.
Absolutely. You know, you used to see that on what was that other street? Shiloh was one. Had a lot of accidents in Shiloh until it took them forever to put in speed bumps. And now you put speed bumps in the areas that were the most troublesome, and now I think everything's gone down. But it was a time that they didn't want to put speed bumps. People would say, no, we don't need it.
Well, you know,
the studies say we don't need it. Well,
you know, I had a meet and greet last week, and I had several families from San Isidro area saying, you know, that they were not in favor of speed bumps because really, you know, but in speaking to them, I told them how important it would be and how they need to be advocates for their subdivision, for the safety. And definitely for the safety of the children, especially because the high schools are there in that area. You know, there's San Isidro Elementary as well. So I told her, you know, you have to be an advocate, look into the future, you know, be a little bit more open-minded about things, especially when it comes to safety. You know, you don't want to cut corners when it comes to that.
You know, people didn't want to wear seat belts.
Yeah.
And until it became mandatory. And now it's something that's part of us.
People don't want to put down their phone while they're driving. That's something that I have seen a lot on the campaign trail.
Everywhere. They're like this.
You know,
they're driving and taking selfies. Have you seen that? And you're like, wait a minute, and wearing a mask. And you're like, really, people?
You know, I am all for, you know, social media platforms. I think it's a great form of getting information out. I just feel like we just need to remind people that, you know, while you're driving, please put your phone down.
Put your phone down.
Put your
Quit
phone down.
texting.
But I've seen that a lot on the campaign trail. So, I'm glad that I've had the opportunity to be reminded and to, it's just things like, okay, well, that's something else that I need to do and something else. And throughout this whole campaign trail, I've had an opportunity to share ideas with a lot of the community, the residents, and it's just like, okay, put it on the board. That's what's going to happen. Put it on the board. That's what we're going to do. There is no, well, let's see what we can do. No, we're going to do it.
If they're the immediate dangers, that's what you have to take care of first.
Yeah.
And people say, no, well, no. If it's an immediate danger, take care of it. Do it.
When I filed on December 6th and for the candidacy for the position, from December 6th to now, the journey has been phenomenal. It has been outstanding. I have, the opportunity to network, to meet people. I think it's been a great campaign. I think, we've been professional about it. We've been receptive to each other. I think it's just great. I love that, everybody says, different aspects of law enforcement. You're a deputy constable. There's the municipality involved, and someone from outside of Laredo involved. And I said, but at the end of the day, we're all Texas peace officers, and the core mission of Texas peace officers is public safety. And I'm very grateful that we have this platform and we have the opportunity to share our ideas. And tomorrow's early voting. Tomorrow, early voting begins February 20th through March 1st, early voting, with Election Day March 5th. And I'm looking forward to an awesome, 2.5 weeks that are coming up.
It's going to be great. It's going to be fast. I mean, it will just around the corner. You were here just a while ago, and we're talking about what, issues that were out there and stuff like that. That's issues that you were going to tackle and see. And there's every time you go out there, every time you see something, people are going to tell you what they think are problems.
Yeah.
And sometimes others might say, it's not my problem, but it's a problem to them. And it's a problem not only to them, to their neighbors and so on and so forth. So somebody voiced out that problem. Some people might be afraid of saying it. So we have to take a look and see what those problems are and see how we can correct them. And see which ones are the severe ones and take care of the severe ones.
Yeah.
And of course, the most dangerous ones to take care of first.
But you just said it. What a problem for you may be severe and may not be severe for anybody else. But nonetheless, it's a concern. It's a concern. It's a problem.
Absolutely.
So we need to address them with the same, approach them with the same care, integrity, thoughtfulness, and we need to make sure that we address it accordingly and immediately.
And I'm glad that your all's campaign has not gotten ugly like others, or getting ugly. But it's part of politics to see that WWE wrestling type of thing come out.
I love to see the passion. I love to see the ideas. I've attended several debates as just as an audience member, because I want to hear what everybody has to say. Again, everybody has great ideas. Everybody feels passionately about what they're doing, and their mission. And everybody asks, are you here in support of? I'm here in support of the process. That's what I'm in support of, So and I want to hear what everybody has to say, because maybe hearing somebody speak, it's something that I also believe, and I can turn it around to make it better, because that's what it's all about.
Absolutely, absolutely. And sometimes you have to.
You have to have an open mind. You have to be willing to listen, because my idea is not always the best idea. It's an idea nonetheless, and I think we were talking about that earlier. It's an idea nonetheless, but if I can hear somebody else's opinion, somebody else from outside the box, and take it, and you know what, we need to tweak this idea a little bit and make it better, then that's what we're going to do. You cannot be closed-minded. You have to be able to adapt and hear what everybody else has to say, because that's how we make it better.
Absolutely, I couldn't agree with you more. If somebody wants to get in touch with you to help you out, how can they do that?
Well, they can reach me on my cell phone. Now I'll leave that with you. I have an email. They can message me on Facebook. I'm definitely available out in the community. I'm always posting on Facebook where I'm having a meet and greet. I'll be out there on the campaign trail at several polls. Again, you know, I am more grassroots, hands-on. I believe that I need to be there. I can't just put a sign there and let the sign speak for itself. I need to be there to meet. If somebody wants to tell me, hey, I'm at this polling site, I will go, I will meet them, and I will, if they have a concern, a question, I'll definitely be glad to address them at that time.
Absolutely. What I'll do is I'll put your information in the description for everybody to grab, and you guys can call. Listen, voting is here. We have a very, in Webb County, even though people say we have high vote turnout, well, we have a low voter turnout.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't vote, and if you followed it and see how it's done, and see who people vote, the only ones that vote are the ones that work for a municipality, basically. And then there's other people, right? What I mean by municipality, like City of Laredo, the county, LISD, UISD, those are the people that vote. But the rest of people out there have been discouraged by some reason or another, and what you need to do is actually start going out there, and if there is a problem, start getting involved with what it is, and see what you can do to vote, you know, because elections have consequences, and issues like that arise, and it can be detrimental for a lot of people. So research the candidate. If you're going to vote, research them, call them up,
Yeah.
find out
definitely.
I live here, this is what's going on, what would you do if something like this is going on here? Sometimes they might not have the answer, but they know of a department that might be able to help out to move things forward. And that's what this is all about. Is there a lot of wrongs in our city? Plenty. But if we do not stand up, nothing's going to stand. You know the old saying that goes, you know, evil strives from good men do nothing. Good women as well. So when you don't do nothing, that bad person's going to continue doing what they do. So it's up to you to stand up. Unfortunately, that's the way it is. We're in the voting season now, and it's here. Early vote's going to be gone. March 6th will be here before you know it.
Yes, it sure will. And again, I thank you for the opportunity to be here, to remind people
Anytime.
to go out and vote. It is so important. And I'm going to be very honest with you. You know, I'm here because I think that, yes, we do have a low turnout in voting, and I think it's so important that people go out and vote, express their opinion. And let's just say, you know, you go out and vote and it's, oh, you know, your candidate is a victor, that's great. But hold everybody accountable to, you know, the position that they're asking for. You know, everybody, we need to make sure that we're holding people accountable, and be vocal, advocate for your subdivision, advocate for your children, definitely, you know. I'm all for that.
Absolutely. So we'll leave you with this. Keep on doing what you're doing. Keep on going out there.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Folks, honk at her when you see her out there.
Yes,
I did that the last time I was wrecked, so don't do that.
No,
I'm joking.
I just want to remind everybody, early voting tomorrow, February 20th through March 1st, March 5th, Election Day. Vote for me, Tina Guerra, number 1 on the ballot, the only deputy constable running for constable. So I would really appreciate your vote. I'm looking back to coming to Precinct 4 and making it stronger and better, and involving the community a lot more.
Folks, you heard her. You all research every single candidate. That's the only thing I ask for you guys to do that. And we'll leave you with this. We've got a bunch of stuff coming up here with Gloves Off and We Throw Academy that we're going to be doing in the near future. We got a bunch of stuff that's coming of age. You know, if you like this, share it. If you like the content, comment, share, like, subscribe. There's a bunch of stuff going on. Until next time, be at peace, and God bless you all.
Bye.